welcome back to Bennock's Garage. And in today's episode, I gotta say, what the heck did I get myself into? I bought this off of eBay for $316. I'll show that here now. Of course, they did have a $399 buyer's premium, so it came out to $715. But it's a 2002 Bayliner Capri 18.5, running and driving. Interior is, well, wet at the moment, and not terrible for what I paid for it. I expected a lot worse. So, with that being said, what's the goal with it? Well, to go through it, get the engine completely running smoothly, no issues with it, get the outdrive working. I don't know anything about it other than it did start, and well, it started there, so it had to be jumped, and go from there. We had 2 blowouts dragging it back, so our 8-hour trip took 19.5 hours. And I think we're going to start by pulling the engine cover off, pulling the battery out, and seeing what we have in there.
That's the stand. Okay.
Is that another battery back there? What is that? Or is that the trim pump?
It's a trim pump. I know.
No, that looks like trim pump.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah, it has a 3-liter. That's what the guy said. Now, when I bought this, the boat was under probably 6 inches of water. So the guy parked it with the plug in, and it flooded the inside. And that's the main reason why I got it so cheap, because he didn't want to mess with it because it flooded out. The floors don't seem too soft. It's a little soft. So I might have to replace the floors. I'm not sure yet. So I guess let's get the spark plugs out and check the engine. Kind of check everything over. You don't have to do it now. We got other cars to work with. It's going to be a toy.
Yeah.
Oh, how many hours are on it? I didn't even look.
Hours?
Yeah. Is there an hour meter?
I do not see an hour meter.
No hour meter. Is it behind the Lawrence?
No.
No. Okay. So no hour meter.
I don't know.
That should be radio over here.
No, true. Yeah, it is.
So, okay. Let's, it is what it is. So this side of the boat is where we had to flat tire twice. And we are trying to clean all the black marks off of it. And believe it or not, use a simple green. And what did it do with the sponge? Did it blow in? Okay, do some simple green. And hit it with the magic eraser. I tell you, look at that, comes right off. Then hit it again, and then wipe it. There we go, done. It's that easy.
No.
When we bought this boat, the owner said it came with a new prop, even though it sold for $316. It sure enough did come with a new prop. Came with a boat cover, came with all kinds of stuff. Is it silver? Is it black? What do you get? What do we get? What do we get?
Black.
We got black.
Nice.
Oh, even have a new. Oh, hell yeah. Here we go.
And you came with a new hub.
Beautiful. Put the new hub in, lube it all up, and I don't know if I want to keep this one or flip it and sell it, but as of right now, things are looking good. Alright,
Right here.
so we have the motor compartment thingy torn apart. We found a couple of loose wires. We found that the blower motor was disconnected. We found that the well, the circuit breaker's already there. Battery was somewhat dead. Engine fires up just fine. That's no problem at all. We thought this was oil coming out, some kind of mixture, but it's not. This is a sealant that someone sealed something up, and that's all the leftover goo. But it's not. There's nothing there. Other than that, we are working on the trim pump. The trim pump itself, we got up. No, we got down, but we don't have up. So on the last boat I did, we had up, but we didn't have down. And it was the, I guess that little solenoid that sits back on there. There's two of them, one for up and one for down. So I'm wondering if the solenoid's bad or it's a connection. The funny thing is if we put it down over here, go down, we don't have up here, but I have up here. So I gotta figure out what's going on. Everything else seems to be working just fine. Well, we made it to the water to do a float test. Everything else was working fine on land before we took it out here. And well, the only thing that we find that doesn't work is the RPM gauge stays at the bottom. Everything else works fine. I do have to adjust my trim pump up and down, or my trim settings up and down when the boat's back out again, because that's a little cattywampus. Other than that, we have the trim pump's a little weird. This isn't working, but the depth finder is perfectly fine. So turn it on there, turn it on here, fires right up. If I put it in gear. Here we go. No RPMs at all. Yep, we got speed, a little bit of speed coming up. So, not bad for $315. Not bad at all. color I chose is called Aquamarine. The only downside is it's 8.5 by 10. I need the 10-foot long, but I only need about 5.5 feet wide. So I'm going to go ahead and preliminary cut this to 6 feet. And then as I put this down, I can recut while I'm inside the boat. So right now I'm just going to measure out 6 feet. Of course, I'm doing it with a shoe on, and I probably shouldn't be. So with it over there, marked to here, I'm probably only going to need about 5.5, somewhere around in here. But I'm going to cut it all the way out to here, just to be on the safe side. I'm going to pull it back just a hair. What I also need to do is have enough room. Do a little preliminary mark here. I also need to have enough room to do my centerpiece, which I am going to be rebuilding. So that was the centerpiece on the bottom, and then this was the centerpiece on top. I have that as my mold, basically. I'm going to have to put a new piece of wood in that because it was just too waterlogged to try to salvage. So this is where I need to basically save this, come over here, make sure I have enough for a template, trace it out. I got plenty, so yeah, we're good. So what I'm noticing here is we have an issue going forward. I bought 8.5 by 10, which I thought I measured 10 feet from under the steering wheel to the engine. However, yeah, I have like 5 feet extra too long. So either I bought a carpet that's way too big, or they sent me something that's way too big.
And here we are gluing down the new carpet in the old boat.
Doing it properly, unlike the last guy who just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there.
Yeah, little cow patties of wood glue from the previous guy, instead of actually smearing the whole floor like you're supposed to.
So what happens when you get a what? S23?
That's actually a 21.
I didn't say how. Mine's a S23. And it's
Not that bad.
no, it's pretty good. I just don't know what your settings are at.
Now the hard part is, for me, taking this, shoving it in, and cutting just a little piece at a time, and it gives you a nice, clean edge. Getting all the final touches put in now. Got the seats back in. Clean the front of it up so it's no longer dirty and black. Nice and clean in there now. I'm not sure what size phone settings this one is. I just went out and got a new phone. So once this is done, find a place where these seats go. It looks like we might be missing one seat. A backing to a seat, maybe. And then take it out for the water test again, and then flip it and sell it. See how much we can get out of it. One of the last things we got to do is swap out this heavily used prop that came on the boat with that brand new one here. Came with the prop. Of course, it came with the whole piece that goes with it, so we're gonna take off the old, put on the new. Hello?
What do you think that is, man?
I came with the new one of them.
So you just pull this thing up off.
There it is. Now we just gotta lube up the new one. Is that broken? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lube up the new one and put it on.
We don't need that, do we? Because it's the same piece.
Now, did you answer your own question? Did we need that piece? Yes, we did.
Good grab some
Did you want to put some fresh grease on it?
Yep. Yep.
All right. Probably should have put that on first.
This way, right?
Yep. I wouldn't push them back yet.
I was going to push them down.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Because it's hitting the nut.
No, trust me, it will go around it. If you push them down, you're gonna have a hell of a time pulling them back up.
How do you give it this thing?
So it looks like it's 55 foot-pounds. That's how much you gotta put on one of these. So here we're just going down as much as we can until we hit 55 foot-pounds. Feels like it's getting easier. Here we go. I'm feeling some tension now.
There she is.
55 foot-pounds. All we gotta do is bend up them little ears, which we smashed down a little bit, and we can send this one on its way. Do another test drive.